Good morning and welcome to the last day of the week, even though it's Thursday. Reminder that there's no school tomorrow because of parent-teacher conferences. Today we're going to talk about pie charts and circle graphs, how to read them and how to create them. So first thing we're going to look at is the actual graph itself, and you can see it's broken up into sections. The sections are properly sized based on their percentages, and we're going to learn in a few moments how to create those pies, how to know which angle to use, how to know what the percentages are. What we want to talk about first off here is that those percentages should all add up to 100% total. That's what the pie graph is, 100%. All right, so you can see here that there's one that isn't marked. So what we would have to do is we'd have to add up all those other ones. So 28 plus 22 plus 15 plus 13 plus 12. And then try to figure out what am I missing? What's the missing piece? Well, if I add all those other ones up, I get 90. Which means that this missing piece right here is 10%. I always just take 100 minus 90 if I'm not sure what that number was. All right, then I'm going to ask some questions. For example, which pet did the greatest number of people like? So for that one, you'd be looking for the one with the highest percentage. Highest percentage was over here, 28%. That would have been fish. And number two, what pet did the least amount of people say was their favorite? So we're looking for the lowest percentage, and that would be that hamster, that 10%. What percentage of people said the hamster was their favorite pet? Well, we just did that a second ago. We got 10%. What percentage of people preferred either the cat or the hamster? When you see either or, that means we're going to add them together. So that means we're going to take the cat, 15, plus the hamster, 10, and that makes 25%. Which two pets did about half the people say was their favorite? So again, we want to look for the two that look like they make about half the circle. Seems like that these two over here on the left, that would be the gerbil and the fish. All right, so again, the idea of pie charts is basically, the key is breaking things down into percentages of a whole. That's what the pie represents, is the whole. And then we can compare them visually based on the size of the slices. We can also kind of piece them together and add them together and put them together really easily. So again, these are great visuals, and people use these all the time in the real world. People love their charts and graphs when you have a job. All your staff meetings will be all about them, trust me. I've had many different types of jobs, and they've all showed us charts and graphs. All right, so let's learn how to create one. Even though you're not going to draw it all out yourself, we're not going to be getting out compasses and protractors and all that kind of stuff to make our measurements and draw circles. We're just going to find what those percents and then those angle measurements are. So first off, let's talk about the percent. So to do that, we want to divide the count for the given category by the total number of participants. So in this particular one, we've got people that voted on their favorite drink, pop, juice, or water. All right. Now, if we added all of those up, we would find out that there was 12 plus 8 is 20 plus 6 is 26. There were 26 total votes. So of the pop voters, 12 out of 26 people voted for pop. So we're going to divide that count. So 12 divided by 26 and gets us 0.46. But hopefully you remember with percentages, you're going to have to move that decimal 2 spots over. So about 46%. All right. Then for juice, you do the same thing. 6 out of the 26 total people voted for juice. So you do 6 divided by 26 in a calculator. I got 0.23, which would move it over 2 spaces, and I get 23%. And then the last one, 8 divided by 26. And I got 0.307. I could put 30% or round it up to 31%. Now, because I did some rounding, and because we've got decimals that we were kind of rounding and shrinking or taking points off, this is possible that these don't always add to exactly 100. Now, in this case, they did. We got lucky. Sometimes they'll add to 99 or add to 101, and that's, again, just due to our rounding. So if you're wondering why that doesn't seem perfect, and that's, again, just due to us rounding those decimals into percentages. All right, now, second part. How do we figure out what the angle measurement is? And again, hopefully you all know that a circle is 360 degrees. I mean, you all have passed geometry before. So we want to multiply the percent as a decimal by 360. So we're going to take that percent, like for pop, that 46%. We're going to convert it back to that decimal, 0.46, and we're going to times it by 360. So that's going to give me the percentage in the angle. So 0.46 times 360, and that's 165.6 degrees. Or we could again round that to 166 degrees. Then for juice, we'll take that percentage, 0.23 times 360, and that's 82.8. Again, I'm going to round it to 83%, or not percent, but degrees. And then how many people chose water? Well, that would be 31% of people chose water, so 31% times 360. Again, you got to switch it back to that decimal form. And I got 111.6, or again, rounding that to 112 degrees. So that's how we would use the compass to draw the angles, the central angles, again, to make these pie charts. Now, obviously, we're not going to take the time to do all that geometry part, but you do have a table like this to fill out today. All right, hopefully it all makes sense. If you need any help, let me know. I'm on the Zoom. Good luck today.